Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to Kila Chari Torah's daily Sefirat the Haomer count, counting the Haomer together with opportunities for spiritual growth, courtesy of Mrs. Chani Juravel in her book Sefira for Our Lives, transforming our relationships with ourselves, with others, and with God. Tuesday, May 17th, last evening we counted 31 days of the Haomer. Hayom Echad Ushloshim Yom Shehem Arba'a Shavuos Ushloisha Yamim LaOmer. The Sefira combination for today is Tiferes Shebahod, compassion in humility. Today we are coupling Tiferes with Hod, and she says it seems like a pretty natural fit. Tiferes, if you recall, involves seeing the balance, the harmony, and the whole picture of truth in ourselves and in the world around us. Essentially, it means seeing God in everything. If you apply Tiferes to the way you view yourself, then Tiferes means realizing that your whole package was designed and gifted to you by God. It can be used to connect to Him, and none of it is bad. Viewing ourselves compassionately in that way pairs so well with humility. Our greatness, once again, lies in the connection to God and in seeing ourselves in the humble way of knowing that it's all about God, not necessarily about us. We can use everything that we have, all of our gifts, for that purpose. When it comes to relationships, don't you find that the way you're feeling about yourself is pretty much what spills into the way you feel about others? The day that you're super hard on yourself and beating yourself up for would have and could have and should have is usually the day you're not too easy on others either. Having tiferes, compassion in our hod, means seeing ourselves as a whole through the lens of humility, knowing that we are who God intended us to be. That is our greatness. When we feel whole and balanced within ourselves, projecting that compassionate acceptance onto others becomes a lot easier. Years ago, she writes, I learned a wonderful exercise about equalizing relationships. It involves paralleling another person's virtues and shortcomings, milas and chesroinus, in Hebrew with our own in order to view that person more compassionately. If you're experiencing tension with someone in your life, take a quiet moment to reflect first on a virtue, a mila of your own, something about you that you're proud of. It could be that the person you're dealing with does not share that particular virtue, but now think of one they do have that's in parallel. In order to equalize the two of you in your mind. Maybe you're super organized and that person and super punctual, and that person is super punctual. Holding that thought gives you the feeling that you both have something to offer. Now think of a shortcoming of the other person, a weakness that gets to you. Is that person, whatever, undisciplined, whatever it is, they don't take good enough care of themselves? Does it seem like they can't get themselves to stick to the regimens they need to? If you don't share that weakness, that sets you apart from each other. But if you think of a shortcoming of your own that parallels theirs, maybe I'm more disciplined, but I'm impatient. And that equalizes the two of us in a way that we're both, let's say, less than perfect. So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to view another with compassion out of our own humility. So here's a little story she says about a principal of a yeshiva in an out-of-town community heard of a new family who had moved in. Word had it their son had not been as successful as he might have been at any other yeshiva in the place that they had moved from. The son had always been sort of tossed around. The boy was sure he'd be forced to go through that chain of rejections again. The principal heard the child was nervous about starting life in a new town, and his heart went out to him. So the principal called that family one night, and he said, I heard you have a wonderful son. I need to ask you a favor. I know you have lots of options for schools, and everybody's probably asking for him, but is there any way I could get that boy into my class? From what he heard, he'll be a magnet, and I need to build that class up. I would do anything to get your son into my class. And it worked, not because the teacher was a good actor, but because that principal believed in the young man and meant what he said, and the boy and the family felt it. Today's call to action suggests, Mrs. Juravel, think of someone you feel judgmental towards. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and clear your mind of your old thoughts. Next, out of curiosity and compassion, try creating new thoughts about that person. Why might that person be the way they are? What can you learn from them? What about you might be similar to that person? To cement the kinder thoughts you hopefully experience, keep the image of that person, their name, and these new thoughts in your mind's eye until they all sit comfortably together. Only then, open your eyes. Get to it. A lot of work for us to do today. Have a good day. Join us again tomorrow.